In today's crazy world of college football, fans are calling for Mr. Beast to spend $100 million on a single roster. That's right, they want to know if it is truly the best money can buy. Specifically, $100 million on the East Carolina Pirates, currently residing in Greenville, North Carolina, where Mr. Beast grew up. While we don't know if Mr. Beast is truly going to accept the challenge, what we're going to do is we're going to put him into College Football 26, give him $100 million, hammer the transfer portal, and see if we can build the best team that money truly can buy. So I'm giving myself 5 seasons to accomplish these goals here, and if I can't accomplish all 5 of them, I have to go to an East Carolina game this coming season. So let's get into it. So ECU is actually one of the more fun teams to use because of their veer and shoot offense, but they're going to start as a 1.5 star prestige. And if you're going to spend $100 million on the roster, you have every right to be the head coach. So Mr. Beast is going to head coach this team going forward. We're going to make him a recruiter. He's not really a Jimmy's and Joe's or an X's and O's guy, but he does have the personality and the charisma to recruit these players to Greenville. So this is our best attempt at putting him in the game. He looks a little bit more like Bud Elliott than Mr. Beast. Shout out Bud. But he's ready to rock with his purple tie and his purple pants. And in year 1, this roster is really just okay, especially for an American conference team. We know how competitive this conference is, 72, 74, 71. I'm excited to see what we can do with continued use in the transfer portal. So let's sim this first season and see what we can do in that transfer portal. And we'd finish the year pretty disappointing 5-7. Again, this is a pretty competitive American conference. The roster itself was just okay. I'm really excited to build this thing up, turn them around, turn them into a winning program so we don't have to lose to the likes of NC State by 4 touchdowns anymore, get beat up by Tulane, lose to Charlotte. Let's turn them into one of the best teams in America. And when you have $100 million, you can afford to pay everyone on your team as well. So that's why we're only expected to lose one. Dylan Worthen, who wants to hit the transfer portal. He's a 66 overall left edge. Doesn't have a special dev trait, but again, our persuasion chance is pretty high. Pro potential is going to be the deal breaker for him, but we'll see if we can keep him around. That way we don't have to lose anyone. And guess what? He's decided to stay. Now, going into this portal, man, our class is in a pretty rough spot. We only have 8 commits so far, only 1 3-star, the rest are 2 and 1 stars. We were a 1.5 star prestige program for a reason. We don't really have very strong deal breakers. We're going to have to really dive into this portal and see if we can spend the money to get these guys here. And as you can see, we don't even have access to some of the best players. Devin Dampier, I mean, some of these guys are going to be draft picks this year. So we really got to dig in, find the right players, get some gems, and see if we can continue building this thing up and try to turn it into a winner. But at quarterback, I like this opportunity right here. Jaden Davis from Charlotte, North Carolina kid. Really good opportunity for him to be the quarterback of the future. We're going to add Patrick Creighton too. I really like his skill set. We could use another running back or two. We're going to play around with that and see, but I'm really excited about what we have available to us at receiver. Who wants to come here? We have a ton of guys interested in us. I mean, look at all of these players that we have the top interest from. A bunch of 3 stars, some 2 stars, some really good young players, some old players. I'm really excited to dive into this list and see if we can add, some talent, some skills, some speed to our receiver room and help out our quarterback in the future. And hey, man, guy like Dante Lee, I recruited Dante Lee in real life when he was leaving his Division II school before he got to Liberty. Larry Simmons, we represent him as well in real life. So a bunch of really fun, exciting names that I think can come in and help turn this program around. Xavier Turner Bradshaw is another guy I'm also really excited about. We recruited him when I was at Liberty. Guy who can run, really dynamic slot guy. Really excited to see if he wants to come play for the Pirates. At offensive tackle, man, we really don't have a lot of talented players interested in us. Obviously, KD Small is a guy who can come in. He's from Alabama. DJ Geth from South Carolina. So some guys who are close to home, they can come in. If they can't help us to tackle, maybe they can help us on the interior. Same thing at guard. Not a lot of talented guards and centers that are interested in us. But again, we can just sign some tackles and move them around if we need to. I'm interested to see this edge list. As you can see, it's not really a need for us, but if there is one guy who can really go get after the passer, I'm going to try to sign him. I think, too, we're going to have some bigger body edges that we might be able to move inside to defensive tackle. So, again, we're going to try to spread that talent out as well. But at defensive tackle, same thing with receivers. I mean, a number of really talented 3-star, some 2-star players that are interested in us. And Kurt Neal, he's going to be a no-brainer for us, man. The pride of Huff High School. He's from Charlotte. He's out of Illinois. He could come back home, come back to the group of 6, and really be a dominant player for us. So we're going to go all after him. But outside of that, Jawan Campbell's also a 3-star from Florida, so not too terribly far from North Carolina. We'll try to go after him. He can never have too many good defensive linemen. Okay, we only have one outside linebacker that's expected to return next season. I'm not really too worried about that because we can kind of move some of those mics and outside linebackers around. I really do believe in shifting and moving those guys around, position changes. I think you can be a little bit flexible with that position. But Owen Long is a dog in real life, so I really want to try to get him on our team in the game. And some of these other guys at Mike, man, I wish we could get Cam Robinson, but Donelius Johnson, Anthony Specca, Taiwan Christopher, Stratton Schufelt, these are all names I'm pretty familiar with. There are 3-stars that are interested in us. We do need to sign a couple of them. We really got to bolster this linebacker room. It was a weakness for us last year. So I'm really excited to dive in, check out some of these guys, add them to the board, and see who we can sign. And moving on to corner, it's not a major need for us. Again, if there are one or two that we really think can help us, and some that are on the roster currently that are going to be good players, we can always move them to safety and kind of move them around. I do see a few that I do want to try to go after. Again, we need some help in the secondary as well. And I do see some safety names that really kind of intrigue me and some that excite me, but it's just not a major need for us, especially with who we have at corner. But I do really like Fred Gaskin at USF. He's a good player in real life. I think he could come in and be a very good starter for us. All right, so we've got our transfer report set. We only have 600 hours. This is going to be a very, very tough thing to do in year one. But money talks, man. We move all the way up to the 76th ranked class. Look at all these 3-star transfers that we got. I know they're 3-stars, but I'm really excited about them with Jaden Davis, Deontay Lee, Kurt Neal, all the names that we wanted to get. 12 3-stars in year one after going 5-7, having some pretty bad deal breakers. Now for the transfer class, can we beat top 25? No, in year one. Oh, 40th. Minutes into this video and I already failed to meet all my goals. I guess I'm gonna have to go to an ECU game this year. And an early look at this roster really has me excited. I mean, Jaden Davis is already our second best quarterback. He's got star dev trait. Deontay Lee is our top receiver. DJ Geth is down there a little bit, but we're going to move him to right tackle and see if we can not only maximize his success, but also make our offensive line better, just create more depth across the board and get our best 5 out there. And again, man, look at defensive tackle Kurt Neal, our top defensive tackle Mason Clinton, who we signed as well. Now, we only have one true Sam linebacker, but again, we have so many other Mike linebackers and some Will linebackers. We'll be able to move these guys around, but some of our top linebackers at Mike and Will are guys that we just signed in the portal, so I'm really excited about that. I think they're going to bring all the experience, all the talent that we need at that linebacker position. And Demetrius Freeney, he's our second best corner. I'm really excited about him. Had a chance to recruit him a little bit out of JUCO in real life. Fred Gaskin is our top strong safety. So I'm really happy about the way that this transfer portal class played out. No, it wasn't top 25, but I know we got some really, really good players that are really going to help us improve on 5 wins from this past year. And looking at this roster in week 1 of the 2026 season, you can tell it's littered with guys that we just signed in the transfer portal, along with some guys that we were able to keep. A guy like Caden Hauser, we get another year out of. London Montgomery, he's only a junior, so we might have 2 more years out of him. But again, 72, 74, 71, we're at a similar position that we were last year, so we'll see if we can kind of turn this thing around early. So let's jump ahead in the season and see if we did bring in the right guys. And I can't believe we lost to an FCS school in week 1, but hey, we're 4-1. We beat North Texas. We beat all the other FBS teams that we've played this far, so we're off to a great start. And look at that game against Rice that's looming in a couple weeks. They're 5-0, undefeated Rice. Not going to be an easy game. So now it's week 9, they're 6-1, we're 5-2. Let's get into this game, our first game that we're going to play, and see if we can beat the 65 overall Rice Owls. And we've got 1st and goal here on our opening drive. Again, we've put together a really good drive here on the 7-yard line. We've really got to win this game. We're going to find our guy Deontay Lee. That's right, wide receiver 1, number 80, in the end zone for the early 6-0 lead. That's how you get started in a conference game at home in Greenville. It's rocking. And that would be more than enough to put the Owls away. We would ride that momentum throughout the rest of the game, winning 31-3. And now in Conference Championship week, we're 9-3. What a turnaround. I mean, this is what the transfer portal is all about. But unfortunately, we came just shy of making the American Conference Championship game. And look at Tulsa, man. They're second, 7-5. Their point differential was only 17 points. That is crazy. But we would still make the Tax Slayer Bowl against Kentucky. And this is going to be a great opportunity to compete against an SEC program and get to 10 wins. And get to 10 wins we would, winning 26-24, eking out a close victory over the Wildcats. Now we're 10-3. We doubled our win total from the year before. We've already continued to help meet that goal of winning more games than we did the year prior. It's their first 10-win season since 2013. Mr. Beast has the Pirates trending in the right direction. And it was a big senior year for Caden Hauser with 3,400 passing yards, only 2 interceptions to 31 touchdowns, man. What a season for him. Jaden Davis is up next. London Montgomery went over 1,000 yards with 9 touchdowns. Parker Jenkins and Caden Hauser did their thing a little bit on the ground, but only 3 players that recorded a carry. That's kind of interesting. But Brock Spalding, Yannick Smith, Deontay Lee, man, we had a really, really good stable of receivers that's going to be tough to replace. And how about our guy, Demetrius Freeney, another transfer portal gem, guy that, like I said, I had a chance to recruit him a little bit at JUCO in real life. 3 interceptions, man, what a year. And Donelius Johnson, another transfer portal gem, had 2, along with 90 tackles. Thankfully, only 4 players want to transfer out, so we're under that 5 threshold, but Yannick Smith is a really good player. I don't want to lose him. DJ Geth, who we just signed, he already wants to leave for brand exposure, and there's a backup offensive tackle. But again, everyone's persuasion chance is very high, so hopefully we'll be able to keep them all. Yannick Smith wants to stay. That's always encouraging. But we are going to lose DJ Geth, which is kind of annoying. We could use some depth along the offensive line, but we're going to keep Marleo along with Caleb Morrow. So all in all, pretty good haul. But now it's everyone's favorite time. Let's dive into this transfer portal. And off the bat, Jonah Wilson, former 4-star receiver, was with us for a season at Houston. He wants to come be a member of the ECU Pirates. We don't really have access to the top quarterbacks. Jaden Davis is our quarterback of the future with multiple years left, but Elijah Olkey, who we do represent in real life, he wants to come be an ECU Pirate with multiple years. He could be the quarterback after Jaden Davis. And a receiver, we could use another name again. Jonah Wilson wants to come play for the Pirates. I'm so juiced about that. He's a really, really good player. And again, there are a ton of receivers that are interested in this. I see some top 2, 3, 400 players. But look at number 65, the 65th best player in the transfer portal, Cam Courtney, 4-star player. We are 3rd on his interest list. We represent him in real life too, so of course we have to add him to the mix. And tight end isn't a major need for us, but I can't help but look at some of these names and think how much better they would make our offense. Lakota Dupree, Lane Waddle, shout out Lane. I see some names here that, man, just really get me excited, so I am going to add a few to the board and see if they can help elevate this offense. I'm a sucker for some good tight ends. And an offensive tackle, man, our list of available guys, our list of players interested in us at this position has expanded massively. Fox Crater, number 229, Isaac Sohn, he's a good player. I'm really intrigued by those two names at tackle. At guard, Amos, we represent him in real life too, so of course we got to add him to the board. I see BJ Tolo. Those are some pretty good guard names. Again, if we do miss out on some of these guards, I think we can move some tackles there, but I do want to take a swing at some of these guard names because I think they can come in and really shore up this offensive line. And same thing at center, top 2, 300, 400 players that are interested in us. And while center isn't a true need, we could always slide them over to guard and continue building out the depth. And look at these edge players, man. Look how many top 300 edge rushers have us as their #1 school. I mean, this is low-key an embarrassment of riches. We got to add a number of these guys to the board. We can always move them to D tackle like we said. And the good thing too about a lot of these guys is they're all relatively close to North Carolina, kind of in the South, so we'll have a good chance at them. To the top players, but we do have 3 stars that are interested in us. Aiden Anding was a fantastic player in high school, currently at LSU now, as you can see. Let's add him to the board. And man, I'm really excited about our transfer board right now. We have more access to better players, which always helps. And we were 40th last year, so we have every opportunity to kind of crack that top 25, continue building this team. Again, we saw how much of an impact a really good transfer portal class had in year 1, doubling our win total from 5 to 10. We've seen it time and again. A really good transfer class can take your program a long way. So let's see what we can do. And we did, man. We spent all those points. Look at this class that we just signed. I cannot wait to dive into the rankings, see where we sit, and see where our roster sits heading into the 2027 season. Coach Beast really opened that checkbook up. All right, transfer class, man, where do we sit? 21st, let's go. Including Cam Courtney, the 4-star receiver. Look at all that, man. 12 commits. I'm really excited about our class. Elijah Olkey, potential quarterback of the future. He was our 3rd highest ranked recruit in this transfer portal cycle. Cam Courtney and Jonah Wilson. We're starting off this 2027 season the right way with Wake Forest, in-state Wake Forest, coming to us. We're both 1-0. They've fallen on tough times a little bit with 69s across the board. We're up to 75, 76, 74, so let's dive into it. And we're just going to let it ride, man. We're going to see if our team really can hold up against Wake Forest, and we're already out to a 27-0 lead. And we would see that dominance all the way through the game with a big time 40-7 victory over the Demon Deacons, asserting our dominance in the state. Now, week 3 is another tough battle. We have to go to Northwestern. They're undefeated. They're 2-0. It's a battle of the purples. How can we hold up against another Power 4 program that we have better ratings than? And we got a close lead here, 28-22. It's 3rd and 18 late in the 4th quarter. We've got to get a stop and get off the field. We're going to chase him down and get a sack for the safety, and that is going to do it for Northwestern. The ECU Pirates, 3-0 after defeating 2 Power 4 programs. And man, I feel good about this team. I'll put them up against anybody. We're going to move ahead in the season and see what our team can really do in the sim. And you know what, man, I'm riding with the Pirates. I'm riding with them all the way. We're going to move ahead all the way until the end of the regular season and see what we can do in the sim. And what did I tell you, man? 12-0. We would ride that momentum throughout the entire season. Really didn't have even many close games. Obviously, FAU, Charlotte, Temple was a little close, but we were dominant all season long. Now we're going to play Tulane in the conference championship game. And we find ourselves down early in the 2nd quarter, but we're in scoring position. We have an opportunity here, driving, putting together. Oh, no. I saw that the whole way, too. And I still threw it. Jaden Lewis, go figure. Now, we'd find a way to respond, get on the board. We're driving yet again, and Jaden Davis is going to find Lakota Dupree, a transfer portal gem at tight end, get in the end zone to take the lead, and that would prove to be enough to put Tulane away for our first conference championship. All that time in the transfer portal is paid off, and now the ECU Pirates in 2027 are your American Conference champions. And that's going to mean a spot in the playoffs as the 7th seed, with number 10 BYU coming to us in the first round of the college football playoffs. But you know what? I'm going to put this team up against every team in the country. We're going to sim all the way to the national championship and just see if we can win in the sim. And we didn't. But obviously 14-1 means we won that game against BYU 36-29, and we would end up getting smoked by Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl, unfortunately. But they would end up winning the national championship by a pretty good margin against Notre Dame, so very clearly the best team in the country, and we would finish number 9 overall. We're already up to 3-star prestige as well. We're climbing and advancing fast. And in his first year as a starter, Jaden Davis had a pretty good season. 3,600 yards, 34 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He added 601 yards on the ground. London Montgomery balled out in his last year with over 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns. Johnny Williams looks promising. Yannick Smith, 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns. Jonah Wilson balled out. Cam Courtney balled out. This was a really good receiver room. It's going to be tough to replace that production. And defensively, man, it was Specka leading the way with 92 tackles. What an addition he was for us. Again, we're trying to turn over that linebacker room, find some dogs. At edge, Jackson Howard, Justin Benton at defensive tackle. 4 guys with double-digit TFLs, man. We were productive. We were disruptive. Mason Clinton was a big-time portal signing by us. Zach Chapman was as well with 8 sacks, 6.5 for Howard. And look at Aiden Duncanson, 7 interceptions. Man, this defense really took the ball away. And look, man, Coach Beast is breaking open that checkbook to keep these guys on the roster. Now, Chasten Dida is not going to be our quarterback of the future, but I would like to keep him around as depth. You just never know what's going to happen. And Worthen wants to leave again, so at this point, I don't blame him if he wants to go try to get on the field. But thankfully, both of them decide to stay. So you already know what time it is. Let's get into that transfer portal. And we've done a really good job in the high school ranks to start with the 31st best overall class, 17 commits, a bunch of 3-stars. But now it's time to build on that portal class. And look at some of these names, man. Nashawn Montgomery, Carson Brunn, David Watkins, who is a client of ours, so of course we got to get him to ECU. This board is set. I'm excited to dive. We're up to 900 recruiting hours. And moving ahead, we're already off to a good start with 4 portal commits. I know they're 2-stars, but we do have 4 committed already. But this is the crown jewel. 10 commits, all 3-stars, including 1 4-star edge, and the number 14 transfer portal class, man. How about that? 13 commits again, 8 3-stars, 1 4-star. We had a couple 2-stars. Now, I wish we could have had a better class than UConn and been kind of the top group of 6 programs, but we're just below Alabama and Ohio State and behind Tennessee and Florida State, some of those other top programs, Ole Miss that won the national championship with 13 commits, and we're 14th. We're continuing to climb and rise the transfer portal recruiting ranks. And with all that, it's going to bring our class to 47th overall. I mean, we're ahead of TCU, Oklahoma, Vandy. This is a really exciting class. And so you already know what time it is, man. We're diving into the 2028 season, and look at who our week 0 game is. This time we're on the road going to Wake Forest, ranked 22nd to start the season. They're going to want revenge, and so far it's looking good for them as we're kind of getting towards the end of the first half. Jaden Davis is going to drop back, and he's going to squeeze it in for a big-time touchdown to retake the lead on the road. Now, Wake Forest isn't going away easy. I love to blitz and bring pressure when you're down in the red zone. With this double mug look, we're going to man the running back. We're going to dive and miss, and then we're just not going to get him. That's disappointing. Now, it's a pretty interesting move for the CPU to want to go for 2 here. We've got to hold them. We have a 5-point lead. We got to maintain it. He's going to get sacked. Now, we put together a great drive of our own on 3rd and goal, and we got to run. Jaden Davis, what a block to spring the touchdown run. Unbelievable effort by him to help us get into the end zone, extend the lead, which would be enough to put Wake Forest away yet again. Coach Beast, the boys, they're buzzing, they're amped up. Now, the following week is another North Carolina matchup with NC State coming to us again, and Jaden Davis has all the time in the world. He's going to let it go. We're going to get another great downfield block, man. We are all world blockers. It's a huge touchdown to start the game for the Pirates. Now, NC State being the quality team that they are, they're not going to go away easy. It's in the 4th quarter here. We had the RPO call, but if I'm seeing press, man, we're going vertical. We're sending them deep. We're off the line. The safety's going to commit to the bender, and we're going to have the touchdown to retake the lead. Dowdy Ficklin is absolutely buzzing, but now it's late. We're only up by 4, 3rd and 9. We've really got to put some pressure on NC State here to prevent them from sitting on the clock, milking a drive. He's going to put it up 1-on-1, and we're going to knock it away, and that's going to be enough to put NC State away and be the top team in the state of North Carolina, but not the best team in the American somehow. We would go 6-0, win 6 straight to start the year, and then lose 2 to get to 6-2. So we've really got to find a way to turn this around, get back on track. And we would start by beating Tulsa 45-17 in absolute domination, and then beating Temple in kind of a close game. They kind of stormed back in the second half, but we'd win 37-29. But now the regular season's kind of coming to a close. We're 8-2 here. UTSA coming to us. We're trying to get some points on the board, and look at this run. Again, our receivers blocking downfield would be enough to punch it in and take the lead. But UTSA not going away quietly. 4th and 2. We've got to get a stop and get off the field, and that's what we're going to do. Our defense answers the bell and secures our 9th win of the season. The boys are absolutely lit. it. 14-6, Coach Beast in his purple tie and his purple pants, ready to move on to the regular season finale. Number 25 in the country at 9-2. We got to go to Army to finish the regular season. And we've got a 10-point lead, really looking to put the nail in the coffin. I hate to do the troops like this, but we're going to pull it. We're going to throw the bubble. 53 is going to take the worst angle possible. Our receiver's going to spin, put him in the spin cycle. And unfortunately, that's going to do it for Army, but secure our 10th win of the season. And for all of you skill level people, yes, I am truly playing on All-American, normal settings. And now it's another opportunity to take on Tulane in the American Conference Championship. We're both ranked, ready to get after it. I know they're going to want to get revenge on us from last year. But let's jump into it, man. First play, we've got our wide splits. We're going to get some blocking up the middle, and he's going to go. Can he outrun the Tulane Green Wave? They're trying to chase him down the 30, the 20. They are not going to catch him. What a way to start the conference championship game. But man, we've got our hands full here. Third quarter's coming to a close, 4th and 1. This is a long kick, a 52-yarder. I don't really feel good about it. Stadium Pulse is rocking. I think I left it short. Yeah, I left it short. Now it's going to open the door for Tulane. Thankfully, it would be just a field goal. Our defense is tightened up. We know it's a strength of ours. We have just about 2 minutes left, and we have the ball. And I really don't want to score too quickly, but we're going to take a shot down the field. What a huge play to get us into scoring position. And again, I don't want to kick it here, but it's 4th and 7. I got to. We're going to put it up 16-3. And that's kind of my concern, man. Scoring too quickly. They still have 2 timeouts left, under a minute left. They're going to put it up, though. We're going to have a chance at this ball if we can get up. Oh, we're too late. But he fumbled. No way they're calling that a fumble. I really think he was down. Oh my gosh, we're going to try to return it though. And are they going to review it? They're not going to review it? No way. There's no way. I really think he was down. He comes down with it, elbows down, and gets kicked out. I've never seen a fumble like that. He was definitely down though, I think. Yeah, I really do think he was down, unfortunately. Sucks for Tulane, but hey man, sometimes the ball just rolls your way, or sometimes that's how it's kicked. But that would do it for Tulane. We would upset the number 13 Green Wave, 16-13 for our second consecutive American Conference Championship, and likely another spot at the college football playoff. And yeah, it's a spot in the playoff, but it's against Michigan, and we have to go on the road, 92, 94, 91. Not looking good for us, but we've put together a great opening drive here. 1st and goal on the 1. We're going to give it and go over the top to break the seal on the scoring, go up 7-0. And that sure wouldn't last very long. Of course, it is Michigan, 31-17, man. We got to get some points. We're trying to take a shot down the field, one-on-one down the sideline. This usually works. Yeah, usually when you're not playing Michigan, and a receiver would just get bodied. He would get bodied again, and yeah, it's just not looking good for us. Unfortunately, our season is going to end here. And they may win the game, but they're not going to take out Coach Beast, man. We've got shooters on this team. We're sticking up for our head coach. There's no way you're going to be allowed to get away with that. Oh, and this celebration is just... Oh, and they've got the picture celebration. This is just getting disrespectful. Yep, that's going to do it for us, unfortunately. 34-17. We were just overmatched. But for the second straight year, the team we would lose to in the playoffs would end up winning the national championship. So, I don't know. Something to be said for that, I guess. We finished 16th in the country. Southern Miss was actually the top group of 16, going 13-1. And Jaden Davis is going to call it a career. It's a shame we couldn't win him a national title, but in 2 seasons, he quarterbacked us to the playoffs both years, over 3,000 yards, over 30 touchdowns through the air. Did some stuff on the ground too. Hopefully Elijah can fill his shoes and lead us to more success. And look at how good this defense was. One of the top defenses in fewest points per game allowed, the 3rd fewest yards per game allowed, and the fewest rushing yards per game allowed in the entire country. And the best turnover differential, the most takeaways in the country, behind some of the most interceptions in the country was 16, and of course, leading the nation in fumble recoveries, one more than Bowling Green, one that we probably shouldn't have got from the Tulane Green Wave. Oh, and Elijah wants to transfer. He's going to be the starting quarterback. Coach Beast has got to find a way to open the checkbook, keep him around. Can we do it? Bang, he wants to stay. Persuasion chance was very high. I never doubted it for a second. We were going to have to pony up, keep him around, spend a little bit more on him, but we're able to keep Kamen Reynolds at tight end, and Dylan Wortham for the 3rd year wants to leave, and finally he's going to. So let's dive into that transfer portal. And again, we've got a pretty good board built, 900 recruiting hours. I like where we are. We're behind on some of these guys, but we're really going to take our shot, take some big swings this year. And again, it's 32 transfer prospects. Again, that may be biting off more than we can chew, but we're going to try to take a swing at it and try to sign a top 10 transfer portal class. And again, the list is long. I am excited to see where we rank. A bunch of 3 stars, hopefully a 4-star or 2 sprinkled in there. But again, look at all of these commits that we're able to reel off and lock in. Is it going to be enough for a top 10 transfer class overall? We would just miss it, man. 11th overall. But again, we're right behind programs like Notre Dame, Florida, A&M, Florida State. And we're ahead of the likes of LSU, USC, Ohio State. I mean, we're really crushing it. Now, shout out to Bowling Green in North Texas. Two really good performances by them in the portal, but 11th overall, man. We're continuing to climb and really expand this roster. And it's going to be tested right away in week 1 of the next season, going on the road to number 12 Clemson in a battle of the Carolinas. We've proven to be the best team in North Carolina. Can we beat the best team in South Carolina while the place is rocking? And look, I love me a little goal line RPO. We're going to find our transfer tight end that we just signed. A great block by 32 is going to help spring him into the end zone to retake the lead. Now we're going to go hands off. Super sim it, put our roster up against Clemson, and we get out to a 21-10 lead. We upgraded our kicker in the offseason. I don't know if he can make a 61-yarder, but we're going to try. We get a great jump on the bar. It's got the accuracy, but not the distance. It would have been huge to put that one away. Now, Clemson would take some time off the clock, but they really got to score. They're down multiple possessions. We're trying to blitz and bring pressure. We're trying to cover down the field. We've got it covered. We're going to get a big-time sack for 3rd and 16, but they're trying to catch us off guard, going no huddle, trying to hurry us up, get us off our rhythm on defense, and we're just going to drop the interception. But what a play to get off the field. Oh, and this is such a dumb move. We have a great opportunity to beat the number 12 team in the country. This may not be it. 4th and 13. We're going to go for it. I don't care. A first down is going to end the game completely. They could have great field position if we don't get it, but we're going to drop back 5 wide, going empty. We're going to get it to number 15, and he's going to get the first down. And that is going to do it for the Clemson Tigers. Elijah Olke, 3 touchdown passes, a big time 21-13 win to go on the road to Death Valley and upset Clemson to start the year. Now, we'd somehow lose to Old Dominion a few weeks later, but beat Liberty, beat Akron. We're 3-1, and we're going to continue to ride this momentum later into the season and jump ahead. All right, week 9, we would win 3 more games. We're 6-1. Tulsa's coming to us, and look at where this roster is, man. With our work in the transfer portal, we've turned this roster that was a low 70s when we started just a couple years ago into the 80s across the board. It's been a great opening drive to start. We're going to run this little play action here, see if we can spread the defense out, and we've got some space down the field. I'm telling you, recruit speed at receiver, it makes all the difference in the world. But Tulsa's battling 17-17. They're not going away easy. I think I have this window here, and I just threw it too late. Oh, and I'm so lucky that he chose not to run it out because he did have a ton of space. Our defense is so good, man. We'd hold him to a field goal, just a minute left, and we have some more space again. These splits, it's a touchdown. Now it's our turn, man. 4th and 3, 20 seconds left. You already know we're going to blitz and bring pressure. We're covering down the field. We're taking passing lanes away. They're going to throw it deep. Oh my gosh. Make a play on the ball. What a great play in coverage. And another big-time victory for Coach Beast and the Pirates. Now, a few weeks later, we're in a nail-biter with FAU. Time's winding down. We're down by 7, 1st and goal. This is really it. This is the last possession of the game. We've got to find a way to get into the end zone, and we're going to pull it and throw it, and they've covered it well. 5 seconds left. All right, this is it. This is the game. I could run it, but I'm not going to. We're dropping back. They're bringing pressure. We got the running back on the Texas route. Bang! We have a chance to win this game. Are we going to go for 2, kick the extra point? You already know what it is. We're going for 2. I'm going for the dub, and we're going back to the well. We're going to send him on the Texas route again. Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to run into the defender because he got picked by his own guy. 1 second left. Last play of the game. We can't allow anything crazy. We have to just get off the field, play coverage, and we're going to get to the quarterback and put an end to this game. A nail-biting win for the Pirates to get to 9-1, the number 18 team in the country. Oh, and the following week, we would do something crazy to Navy, unfortunately. We held them to 243 total yards of offense, 36-7. And the following week, we would do something crazy to Charlotte, winning 48-14, and again, choking the life out of them. But the week after that, man, pesky UNT would play us close. Look how even this game was in terms of score, first downs, total offense, total plays, yards per play, yards per rush, yards per pass. They played us really close, but we were able to eke out another win. And that's going to bring us to round 3 of the American Conference Championship versus Tulane. This time, they're coming back to us, and they have a big-time ratings advantage. First and goal here, put together a great opening drive. I feel really good about where we are. We're going to send the back in motion, and we got to have this, and we're going to have the underneath wide open to take an early 7-0 lead. And again, I'm going to go hands off. I trust our guys. I want to see what we're all about. I'm going to put us up against Tulane, see what we can do through the sim, and it's already looking super promising. 24-0 as the game winds down. Do we have another American Conference Championship in our grasp? It looks like we do. Gosh, what a dominating performance. 34-3 to beat the number 24 Tulane Green Wave and move on to the college football playoff. And look at that. Duke wants a piece of us as well. It's an all North Carolina matchup in the college football playoff as the number 11 seed traveling to the number 6 seed Blue Devils. We're going to fire up our all white away uniform uniforms. We're going to look icy as we beat the Blue Devils, or try to beat the Blue Devils at least, and move on. And our offense has done like nothing today, but it's finally first and goal on the 1 yard line. Time is winding down. We really need this pivotal touchdown to cut into this lead. It's 16-7, and we're going to dive in and finally get some more points on the board. But our defense has a chance here now at 3rd and 9. We're down by 2, so we've got to get off the field here and try to get our offense another opportunity to score. And they're going to take a shot, load up, and we're going to be in contention. And it's another drop pick, but we're off the field. And now it's 3rd and 1, a little under 2 minutes left. We've got to find a way to get into the end zone. We're going to break a couple tackles, bounce off, pinball, get into the end zone. I think we scored too quickly, but we at least scored. Now we're going to go for 2. We have to score and get this lead to 6, because if they do score a touchdown, I do want to force them to make the extra point, and it's no harm, no foul if we don't get it. And we're going to get them on the out for the 2-point conversion. Man, this is the game right here. 4th and 20. We get off the field here on 4th and 20. We're going to win this game and move on to the next round. They're going to throw it up, and he's going to be short and then dropped. It doesn't even matter. We're going to beat Duke and again cement ourselves as the best team in North Carolina. And now it's on to kind of the Elite 8 of the college football playoff, moving on to the Peach Bowl against Oklahoma State. And this has not been a very tough start to the college football playoff, not having to go through Michigan. It's an Oklahoma State team that we match up well with ratings wise. We're going to test the speed of this defense, take the shots down the field with the separation, and he's got it. A huge first down to move the chains, get into scoring territory. What a start this would be, man. 1st and goal on the 1 yard line. Look at all that space. 55, serving up pancakes into the end zone to take an early lead. And now we're going to bookend it a little bit. Under a minute left. Clock's ticking on the RPO. It's a touchdown to retake the lead in the final seconds of the game. What a huge opportunity for us. But it's another 4th and 20 for the opposing offense in the playoff. This is it. This is the game. Oklahoma State has to convert this. Let's see if they can at least throw the ball past the sticks, and they do, but it's double covered, and he's not going to catch that. A potential opportunity at an interception. Doesn't matter. We are the Peach Bowl champions, and we're just 2 wins away from crowning ourselves as the national champion. And now it's the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. Against Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin, man. This is not going to be an easy game. I said it was an easy path to start, but definitely not when Ole Miss is in the mix. We know that offense is going to be really good. They're going to have great speed. They're going to have great players across the board. Ratings-wise, they're probably 10 plus better than us in every category. Going to have our hands full. And it's definitely a defensive game, man. 13-7. We've got an opportunity here. We're going to throw the bubble. Oh, we just missed it. I don't know what that angle is. The CPU takes some of the worst angles on those RPOs sometimes, and now we have the lead in the Rose Bowl. And the defense will continue to show up. 2:52 left, 3rd and goal. If we could score here, it'd be a great opportunity to extend the lead and put some real pressure on Ole Miss. 2nd and 20. We're bringing pressure. We're blitzing. Oh, we didn't mean to switch. I didn't mean to switch over and move him over, and now we've got a touchdown. That was just brutal. And of course, they're going to go for 2. They have to. This is it. This is really going to decide the game right here. They're going to throw the screen. Oh, we're just going to dive and miss, but he's going to make another tackle. What a great defensive effort. But can the hands team secure the onside kick? And they can. 21-19, ECU, Mr. Beast. This team is going on to the national championship. We beat the number 2 seeded Rebels. Everybody is juiced. This is huge for Greenville. Could you imagine a post-game handshake between Mr. Beast and Lane Kiffin? But we're hoisting the trophy and moving on to the national championship game. And it's natty time, boys. The boys are buzzing. They're ready. I see a lot of orange. I don't like that. And of course, it means we're going to play Tennessee. Remember when I said this wasn't a hard path? Well, go from Ole Miss to Tennessee, 2 SEC programs. Now, they are the number 9 seed, 13-3. Certainly look vulnerable on paper, but it's a national championship. Anything can happen. And this is it. 5th season of this dynasty. We have to win this game. And yeah, I know, national championship, the game I should be playing, the game I should want to play the most, but I'm putting this team up against the test. I want to see if we can truly sim our way to a national championship. And we're off to a tremendous start against Tennessee. Somehow, it's a competitive game back and forth. I do like where we are. Haven't seen a need to jump in yet. We've established a lead so far, but it's Tennessee. Of course, they're going to come back and force us to hop into this game. Would have been nice to put them away, but we've got control of this game. A minute left, 2nd and 9. We're going to pull it, and they've covered it pretty well. Oh my gosh. There's no way. There's no way that just happened. Did he really just pick it off? I can't believe that just happened. That's just crazy. I've never seen that happen or had that happen in any game I've played, so it must just not be our day. Gosh, we put all this pressure on the defense now to get back out onto the field. There is about a minute left. They have no timeouts. We'll see what we can do. We're trying to take away some of the... Give me that. Give me that. Let's go. We have the ball. Could we have a return? What a block by number 3. 17 unhitched the trailer. Can you beat the quarterback? Let's go. We have life. We have another opportunity. What a response by our defense to show up in the biggest part of the game, make a play. Guess what? Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. Pirates have it back. Shout out to BB, man. If we win this game, he's going to be an absolute legend in Greenville. We could take up some more time with time winding down. I'm getting a little bit impatient, getting a little bit antsy. We have a whole cut up, and that's it. That's a touchdown. That could do it for Tennessee. They have no timeouts left. Johnny Williams could be the offensive hero for the Pirates. Oh man, this is a long way to go, but the quarterback's got the arm to at least put it up and have them potentially make a play on it. It's tipped. Oh my gosh, and 49 could have had it. He tipped it right into his hands, but it doesn't matter. In 5 years, Mr. Beast has turned BCU, that's right, BCU, Beast CU, into national champions, beating the Tennessee Volunteers, bringing a national championship home to Greenville. What a storybook season, and further proof that money can buy you championships. And speaking of the legend Johnny Williams, he set a new single season rushing touchdown record. What a legend. And looking at the playoff, it's always interesting to see how the bracket played out. You see a lot of lower seeds winning in this one with 10, 11, 12, and it was really further proof that our defense was the strength of this team, because look how many points Tennessee was scoring in the playoff. And our really good defense was stressed. I mean, look how many points we gave up through the playoff. So it was really kind of this battle between a great offense and a great defense, created this great game between an 11 and a 9 seed. Man, it just could not have played out really any better. And what a 5-year stretch for him. Now, we did get pretty close to that goal of winning more games than we did the year prior, but that 2028 going 11-3, that kind of set us back a little bit. But either way, proof that building through the transfer portal, dedicating all that money to the portal can still get you good players. And it was tough because, yeah, it's $100 million, but you still have to compete against the best programs in the country. Money talks, but kids do want to play for the best teams in America. You know, your Ohio State, your Alabamas, teams of that nature. But we were able to get it done. And it was an impressive year for our offensive personnel. Elijah had a big year with 3,900 yards and 591 rushing yards. Johnny Williams, 1,100 yards, 18 rushing touchdowns. And really a pretty good year for us running the ball as a team. Our receivers did their thing, of course, with multiple 1,000-yard receivers. Keelan Adams was a huge pickup for us in the portal. Corbin did a great job for us at tight end. And Aiden Anding, man, our leading tackler with 91 tackles. But look at Colby Cronk, 21 TFLs. Look at all these players with double-digit TFLs. This is crazy. And Colby, of course, led the way with 12 sacks. What a huge season for him. Huge pickup for us. Multiple players with multiple interceptions. Johnny Williams finished off a great career for us with multiple 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Look at that. He went from 6 rushing touchdowns to 18. Pitched in as a receiver. Colby Cronk, he's a prime example of the portal too, because after his 2 years at Coastal Carolina, he could have gone to a Power 4 program. You know, if you look at it from a real world perspective, he would have been coveted by P4 programs. But we had $100 million to spend, so come ball out for us at ECU, 21 TFLs and 12 sacks later. And Aiden Anding, man, one of my favorite players in all of college football. Look at this 3-year stretch. He really was one of our first portal guys. And again, like we talked about, one of the best rushing offenses in the country with 38 rushing touchdowns. But it was our defense that led the way. Second fewest points per game allowed behind LSU, fewest amount of yards per game allowed, fewest amount of passing yards per game allowed, and the 6th fewest rushing yards allowed. So dominant performance across the board, tied in with the fact we had some of the most sacks in the entire country. We committed the fewest penalties in the country as well, 2.8 per game. And Mr. Beast capped off his career with a 56-15 record, 4 winning seasons, a 6-2 bowl record, 8-3 versus top 25 teams, and 1-1 record versus our rivals, an 8-3 record versus top 25 teams. He quickly became the hottest coach in all of college football. Put in the comments below if you want to see Mr. Beast continue his coaching career somewhere else, or if you want to see another project come to life.